Last night I went and watched The Flash not once, but twice. I watched The Flash twice to answer this grand question. Is the Flash movie objectively good? So today let's answer this question by looking at how good the writing was, how good the acting was, and how good the filming was. I'll also talk about the plot and the CGI when I talk about some of these categories, and don't worry, this entire review is spoiler free. Firstly, let's begin with acting. How good was the acting in the Flash movie? Now when we talk about Ezra Miller as the Flash, it's gonna be very hard to put aside the fact that he's a woman beater. Whoa, bro. And the fact that he breaks into homes, blah, 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 all that bad stuff. And overall, he's just a very, very rude, inconsiderate person. Like, I genuinely hate this man so much. But of course, if we just nudge all of that aside and look at his acting objectively, I actually don't think Ezra Miller is a bad actor at all. I actually think he does a very, very good job with the role he was given. But with that being said, he is a great actor, but I don't think he's a great Flash. Let me explain. For those of you who have watched the Flash show itself, you know by now that the Flash character has built an image of sort of being like the nerdy, quirky, and like cute guy in a way, right? And I truly think Grant Gustin did a phenomenal job showing that off in the show. He was like all cute, he was a little bit nerdy, you know, all of that. But now here, when Ezra Miller does it, I don't know if it's maybe his look, maybe it could literally just be how he looks, but he never gave off those like shy, bubbly, cute vibes. He always seemed a little more edgy, a little bit more sassy, and just really didn't give off what the Flash gives. Trust me, if you guys haven't watched the Flash show, it's gonna be hard for you to understand this point, but I really do believe Grant Gustin plays the Flash a lot better. He really embodies what it means to be a Flash character, while here he's a little too snarky, a little too witty to be the Flash. Like in the movie, when we first get introduced to Cisco and Caitlin, our real Barry Allen would never treat him like that. Ezra's Flash literally just brushed them off for fun when Iris showed up. Oh guys, go away, I want to talk to Iris now. Go away, buddy, go away. Like he would never do that. He would be like, okay, Caitlin, can I just talk to her? Can I have some, like, he's more considerate, more modest, but this guy was like, okay, bye. Like, what are you doing, buddy? And speaking of Iris West in the movie, guys, the girl who played her, I could definitely see her being a CW actor, maybe. She could definitely fit in with the CW, but top level movie actor? No. There were so many moments throughout the movie where she just had like a blank expression on her face, which really took the emotion away from whatever scene she was playing. Like for example, the first time she ever came to Barry's house, guys, there was literally no emotion at all. In the same scene, she literally said a line about like Barry's parents dying, and she generally still had no emotion. In fact, I'd say a lot of the time she was smiling through the very, very like sad lines. She'd literally be like, oh my god, your parents died? Your parents died? That's so sad. That's so sad. Like, what are you doing, Iris West? One thing I can say, at least in the Flash show itself, Candace Payton was truly a great actor. She is way better than whoever this girl is, bro. But now, going back to Ezra Miller for a second, I really do think he shines in the comedy aspect in the movie. So many times throughout the movie, I genuinely laughed out loud. Like, it's actually hard for me to laugh out loud in a movie or a show, but he made me laugh so hard in so many scenes. Like, take for example, when he first got young Barry struck by lightning and they lost their ability to phase or anything, right? And then they're in the museum and he tries to like speedrun his way out of the museum and then he ends up running like truly made the entire movie so much more enjoyable for me. Like I really think he did a really good job right here. But of course, once again, someone could argue and say that they're taking the Flash in like a comedy funny route, when typically in the show it's not really supposed to be that, you know? But yeah, that's actually a very good topic of discussion. Comment down below, did you guys like how in the movie they made it a lot more funnier and more comedy instead of taking the serious Flash route where he's super serious, he fights Reverse Flash in a serious manner, everything was super suspenseful? Do you like that, or do you like the funny vibe they gave? Me personally, I didn't mind this right here because it was actually funny. It wasn't too bad, but I do wish they had a little bit more suspense twinkled in. So overall, in the category of acting, I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. I'd say 8 out of 10. Ezra did a great job doing his role, whatever his part was, but then these other side characters like Iris West, they just kind of brought that down a little bit. Just, what are you doing, sweetie? What are you doing? But now the next category we'll talk about, let's talk about filming and CGI. Let me just say this one time. Let me say it one time, okay? They truly outdid themselves. It was so good. The filming, the CGI is so good. It is so good. At times, I'd literally say they overdid it. They overdid the CGI because of how good it was at times. Oh my god, yeah. I'd even go as far as to say, I think this is the best cinematography, the best CGI I've ever seen with anything related to The Flash. Ever. And the camera crew itself also did very good, because if you take a little screenshot like this, look at this beautiful way this scene is shot. Look at this. The way the camera pans directly over the woman to enhance the depth and scare factor of how high up they truly are. Magical. magical. I'd love to show you guys longer footage of the movie itself, but you know, it's a new movie, copyright, blah, blah, blah. So just look at these clips and just believe me that when I say the cinematography was so good. It reminded me a lot about the Flash season 1 ending when Barry was climbing those little rocks to go into like the portal. You guys remember that, right? I really think the movie took inspiration from that because it's so identical. But tying the CGI into the bigger picture, the reason this was so important is because it truly nails the Flash as a superhero. A superhero. Someone that yields such great time travel abilities, which makes everything he does that much more impactful. It's the same reason why in season 8 or season 9 in the Flash show, I really don't think like Barry is so powerful and strong anymore, right? Just because I haven't been able to experience that because of all the CGI downgrades, all of that. But in the movie, he truly looks like a super powerful Flash. And the way that in the movie, every time he slows down, everything's super yellow and orange around him, and then as soon as he's back into normal, boom, everything is normal. Beautiful. I love these little details, man. Now moving on, if we also talk about the CGI on his suit, it was truly great. I love the CGI on his suit. Phenomenal. Easily one of the best looking Flash suits I've ever seen, ever. The way the little glow lines strike through the suit, the way the suit fits him and like really brings out his physique and his body, wow, lovely. Now when we talk about the best part of the CGI, the best part of the cinematography, the CGI has to be the Flash's run. It was, oh my god, yo, where's the camera? Oh my god, this run had so much power behind it. It was literally maybe at times too much. It was so good. At times he literally looked like he was a rocket because of how lightning flew off of him. He would have like a huge burst of lightning just stacked up right behind him as he ran miraculously. Dude, definitely a huge step up from what I'm used to, like this right here, whatever this is. But I will say at times it was a little too extra. Like if we talk about the way they make the Flash time travel in the movies, I think it's too much. The way he gets stuck in like a little bubble and then all of a sudden all the memories start physically surrounding him in like a circle. I think it's a little too much of an overload. I personally think it would have been a lot more realistic and appealing to see him actually run super fast and break into a certain timeline, certain area, blah blah. And instead of running in a bubble, boom, running in a bubble, I want to go there, boom. Like, I think they could have worked on that just a little bit. But yeah, overall, in this category of good CGI, good cinematography, I can't complain, guys. I really think this was really good. Let's go with a cool little, come on, 9? Can we do 9? I think 9 out of 10 is fair. I truly think this category deserves a 9 out of 10. I would give it perfect 10 out of 10, but I will talk about later in the video the ending and how they messed the CGI up with that. But for now, I'd say 9 out of 10. By the way, do you guys think I speak really fast? Like, I feel like sometimes I'll speak so fast, and then I'll think back and I'm like, whoa, what did I even just say? Like, I'll just rapid fire, blah, 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 and then I'm like done, and I'm like, I just said all of that? Like, can you guys even like process what I'm saying? Because I don't know why I talk so fast, but I'm insane in that. Let's continue. Now let's discuss the third and final deciding factor that will tell us if the Flash movie itself was objectively good. Let's talk about the writing and the plot. Now firstly, when I talk about writing, I will say the writing they gave the Barry from the other timeline, you know, the dumber, goofier version of Barry, I think they gave him perfect, really good dialogue. The way he was written to be like super goofy and funny, but also not over the top, I think it was delivered really well. And overall, I truly love the dynamic of the smart Barry Allen, you know, the one that actually ran back in time, saved his mother, and then the current Barry Allen, the dumb one that was actually in the timeline. I really loved this entire thing. It fully satisfied the comedy aspect for me, and it kind of also like gave me like Cisco Ramon vibes. Like, I think the young Barry Allen filled in Cisco Ramon's shoes because we really didn't see Cisco or Caitlin or any of Barry Allen's friends in the movie that much. So Rudy meant Cisco, or whoever played Cisco, you can get out of here, okay, buddy? Get out. Like, I can't believe they hired this loser Instagram skit loser nerd instead of me. Guys, I should be Cisco. Everybody comments, oh, you look like Cisco. Then why was I not in the movie, huh? Look how good I act. Ready? Pretend I'm Cisco. Hey y'all, it's Cisco. Like, see how good I am? They don't want to pick me because I'm brown. One day I will play Cisco in a movie. Do you understand? But now moving on, now when we dive into probably one of like the biggest factors that will decide if the movie's good, let's talk about the general plot itself. Without spoilers, of course. No spoilers. The plot in the Flash movie follows along the typical Flash plot where Barry's father was wrongfully accused of his mother's murder, so nothing surprising about that. But I did truly like the creative spin they added to it. Like, take for example how Barry has footage that would take his father out of jail because it would show that his father wasn't at the house during the murder, but in this footage he's looking down the whole time, so you know it's not feasible evidence. So I think that was a really creative twist. I like that. But also, can we just do a side note really quick? Why does young Barry Allen in the movie look like Nora Allen? Why is young Barry Allen Nora Allen? Ew, bro. He is a male. making him a male. Around halfway into the movie, when like they enter the Batcave, I truly think DC did a great job making the plot have a bigger sense of depth after making it more serious between both the Barrys. And they made the plot deeper by making the older Barry get mad at young Barry for taking his mother for granted, taking her life for granted, and making everything a joke. Truly a great dynamic I'm so happy they touched on, because in a way throughout the movie we are watching two very different versions of Barry Allen. One that was given the love of his mother, and one that wasn't and was forced to turn a little more serious because you had to face the real world. And the movie showed their differences off perfectly. But now, unfortunately, this whole review isn't everything good. There is definitely some bad things in the movie. And let's talk about the first one, Batman. Batman. Yes, Batman. Before you comment, Kosho, you hate Batman? Why would Batman be a bad thing? Shut up, okay? Shut the hell up for a second and let me explain. Just shh. Obviously, it's very cool seeing Batman return and being part of the movie, right? But I don't know how I feel about him being in a good chunk of the movie. Like, he was a pretty big part of the movie. And guys, if you didn't know, the movie is called The Flash, not The Batman, for a reason. I think because they focused so much screen time and so much of like the effort towards Batman and his whole scenes, they really took away from Barry Allen and the Flash's screen time, and I really feel like I didn't get to see enough of the Flash and his personal life. I didn't really get to see much of his origins, I didn't really get to see much of his personal issues, any of his real life conflicts. All of that was kind of just glossed over, and they kind of said, hey, look at Batman, look at Batman, where instead I feel like we should have seen a really good backstory behind Barry Allen, the guy, the main character of the movie, the main character. Like, guys, let's be real for a second. We saw Caitlin and Cisco for 2 minutes in the movie, literally in the beginning when they're walking outside the building. Hey, Barry, that's it. That's literally it. On top of that, I think the pacing of the movie itself was very fast, but then slow. It was super weird. 25 minutes into the movie, we already saw the biggest main villain, Reverse Flash, right? But then all of a sudden, we don't see him until the very end of the movie again. What are you doing? Where is the Flash and Reverse Flash big rivalry? Where is this? Where is that? I'm not gonna lie, guys, in this category of writing and plot, I think I'd have to give it, let's give it a cool little 6. I'm gonna give it a 6, bro. You know what? Screw it. Let's bring it back a bit. Let's give it a cool 5. Let's give it 5. It didn't really add anything unique or interesting like I thought the movie itself would. So 5 you get. It was 5 out of 10. The writing 5 out of 10. The plot 5 out of 10. But now really quick, before we give a final answer to if this movie was good, let's talk about the ending of the movie. I think the ending of the movie was carried so hard by CGI and special effects. That's it. There were definitely some very cool moments, like when the Flash made like an earthquake, but then like he had his lightning inside of the earthquake itself. That was very cool. But I think the actual overall vibe of the ending was, it was very weird. Like the big fight was set in like an actual big war zone, but like it didn't feel like there were too many enemies there. It felt like there was a couple of swarms of enemies here and there, but it didn't feel like an intense suspense fight. So if they wanted to take an all-out war approach, what they should have done is they should have swarmed the entire field with enemies. It should have been a bunch of enemies throughout the entire field, and then we see the Flash take them all out super fast. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like the battleground felt super like deserted and super empty at times, and it was just like, it just wasn't giving suspense. I needed suspense in my heart, and I did not get that. And then if we go even closer to the ending itself, without adding any spoilers, I think it was all just a big CGI sponge. All these little alternate dimension bubbles, and then they collided with one another, but it really didn't add any substance. And like Reverse Flash himself didn't even play a big part. Like he kind of stepped in, he gave like some speech. Like, to be honest, what could have been a way better ending is like if they took a season 8 ending of the Flash show itself. You know when the Flash threw a lightning bolt and then Iris West spawned in front of the lightning bolt, so she got hit, like Flash killing his own lover. Now that is deep. It makes you think, and is a big plot twist. You get what I'm saying? But here there wasn't no like 200 IQ moment, no big plot twist. Like it was kind of just stuff every Flash fan kind of knows. Oh, you have to go back in time. Oh, you have to erase Flashpoint. Oh, you have to let your mother die. You can't let her live. Boom, boom, boom. He saves his mother, and that's it. Like, what was that? That is trash. So now, ladies and gentlemen, taking all these 3 categories into account in the final ending of the movie, final answer, is the Flash movie itself good? I will say the plot could have been a little better. They could have made it a little more unique. The ending was mid, but overall, the Flash movie itself in 2023 is a good movie. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.